You're muted again. It automatically unmutes you.
What the fuck?
You're muted again. It's a great concept.
All right. Can you hear me now? Holy shit.
Go.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the Hockey Gambling Podcast, all the sports gambling podcast network. My name is Tyler Jenkins, joined by our hosts. We got Ryan Gilbert and Joel Meyer. Gentlemen, how the hell are we doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic here. Just home from the Flyers' big win over the Minnesota Wild. Was it a 6-2 final? Bobby Brink coming home with 2 goals, almost getting the hat trick out there on the power play late. Got my nice Flyers beer stein here. I'm going to make great use of that. So I'm doing fantastic here in Philadelphia.
I'm fucking beat up. I had a bit of a good day yesterday, Wednesday. The Champions League, I tend to get a little drunk, hence my Sharks rant and dumb Sharks bet. But I'm paying for it today. I think I only had like 2 hours of sleep last night, so I'm just paying the toll. But you know what? Nothing that a good PBR can't fix. So we're back at it, and we're having a good day today. Bills, I really needed them to cover some teasers, and they are my survivor pick in a league I'm still in somehow. My first time playing Survivor, and I'm still in it. So
hell yeah,
Godspeed to me, and yeah, looking forward to getting into her.
Are you Survivor pools are fun, man? Like you're digging it. This is the first time you've ever done it.
Yeah, it's just about strategizing, right? Like you got to pick certain teams. You got to look ahead when you got to play a certain team and all that, especially in like a bigger pool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fair enough. That's a good time. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm full discretion. If you guys see me like my hand moving, I got this thing going. I'm trying to distract my cat while we record here, so I'm not just bopping it while we're recording the show.
Like a dildo.
I know exactly, right? I'm doing good, boys. I had a fucking killer day today so far. I've been absolutely crushing it when it came to NHL based off our show yesterday. And I just had a good day all around. I didn't have to do anything. I was off work, so I was just relaxing, made a nice dinner and shit like that. So I was taking it all in, watching the end of the New York Edmonton game. I'm kind of like Joel. I was sweating the Bucks to cover 8.5 points, which thankfully they did. Kind of came back in the fourth quarter to get that done. So it's it's a beautiful day to be in Toronto. The Leafs won, fucking 4-1, kicked the shit out of the fucking Stars. Joseph Woll played good, 31 out of 32 saves, couple big ones too. The kid looked like an absolute stud. Waiting for that number to drop at the Vezina. My boy Matty Nyes got a nice point too, so he's got the same amount of points as Connor Bedard right now. So Nyes Rookie of the Year for the Calder. It's still in play. Keep an eye out for that one. But anyways, I'm doing good. All right, everybody go check out the Sports Gambling Podcast Network website. That's the place to be. Tons of stuff going on in the world of sports. Obviously, we just talked about we got NHL, we got football, college football's rocking and rolling here. Baseball doesn't exist anymore, but still tons of stuff. MMA, you can find all that information at the SGPN website. Be sure to go check out the articles. Check out Ryan's fantasy articles he does every week for fantasy hockey. It's not just like fantasy like fucking – I don't know, like Harry Potter fan fiction or some shit. I feel like you're into that, but who knows? Maybe it's a Flyers fan thing. It's fantasy hockey, so be sure to check that out. Listen to the other shows too. Everybody's absolutely killing it. NBA, all that good stuff as well. And of course, shout out to all our friends and pals in the Discord, man. Discord's been fucking buzzing. There's a couple new people coming in, chatting, having a good time, which is always awesome to see. And then, of course, just all the fucking studs and beauties that are normally in there are just in there doing their thing, dude. So we're always having some good conversations. It was great to see all the Sens hate going on. I love that. That's always an absolute blast, man. So shout out to all our friends and pals in the Discord. If you're not in there, you're not making money. If you want to get in there, you can reach out to myself or Ryan on Twitter. We'll point you in the right direction. Or you can reach out to the Hockey Gambling Podcast social media assistant producer on the HGP Twitter. He had a hell of a night last night. He was absolutely killing it. We had a great discussion in the Discord, clarifying some very important stuff, much like which NHL players are historical figures. That was a lot of fun. So yeah, he's absolutely killing it. So you can reach out to him. He'll point you in the right direction. I know Jolie and him had a great time last night. And what else you can do if you want to get in the Discord is I don't know, just be alive going into week 8 in a survivor pool. And if you're doing that, which not many people are, Mr. Joel Meyer is, if you're doing that, you can go into the chat for the channel and he'll be like, hey, this is how you get in the Discord, baby.
And I hope you die.
Me?
Yeah. No, other
okay.
I
I get it.
Anyone else?
Yes.
He's got to be the final survivor there. So
That's
like,
right.
I get it.
Hell yeah.
If you're subscribed to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on where you listen to your podcast, Apple, Spotify, leave us a 5-star rating and review. I'll read it at the end of the show, maybe in a funny accent too, if you request that. I mean, I'm not opposed to that after Joel's accent last show. And subscribe to us on YouTube as well. We're going to be having a giveaway for our YouTube subscribers, so make sure you get on board. Just go to youtube.com/@HockeyGamblingPodcast or search for us or follow us on Twitter @HockeySGPN. It'll be all up there.
That's new to me. That's friggin' awesome, man. Like, I don't know. I didn't know we were doing a giveaway. So what are we giving away? Do we know yet?
Maybe a hoodie, maybe sort of gift card, maybe something else. We can take it up. Maybe a BRUINS spells defensive, like or new t-shirt.
I like that. Hell yeah. How about we can add this to it? If you win the giveaway, you get to pick Joel's survivor pool pick. Oh, wouldn't that be electric?
Yeah, fuck. They're going to pick the Packers, right?
Yeah, exactly. Nobody likes you and they don't try and sewer you or something. All right, we got a little bit of news we're going to talk about here for the NHL. This one has been rocking the hockey world today. Unsigned restricted free agent Shane Pinto looks like he's not going to be playing for even a little bit longer. Sends forward here was suspended for 41 games for, I was going to say allegedly, for gambling on sports. I guess it's not allegedly. I mean, apparently it happened. Although I heard somebody said that it was like one of his buddies that had like access to his account or some shit like that. So I don't know where the truth lies in this. You know, there's 3 sides to every story, they say. This is a kick in the pills. It's kind of a rough scenario going on there. Like the kid hadn't signed already, so it was kind of a shit show. And to find out, yeah, you're getting a 41-game suspension, like on top of it to boot. I don't think the suspension kicks in until he does sign a deal. So I heard that the Sens are going to have to like qualify him. He's just going to have to take the qualifying offer. It's a fucking mess, man. So, boys, I don't know. What are our thoughts here on poor Shane Pinto?
Yeah, it still seems like it's a little bit unclear. Like I also heard that like he's gonna have to sign his qualifying offer to serve it. I also heard it started game 1 of this season. So like we'll see what happens the next day or two, maybe the next week. Everything comes out. But yeah, suspended half the season, 41 games for violating the NHL gambling rules. Not betting on hockey, obviously, because I think if it was betting on hockey, it was done. Yeah, like you said, it's someone reported that he was like like a proxy or a third party in there. I don't know if he was giving like inside information or just telling his friend to bet games for him or whatnot. But yeah, it's just weird to see with how hard the NHL is pushing their gambling ads, and even the Senators have Bet99 and then Betway as their helmet sponsor. So, I mean, but yeah, players can't bet if they're betting on hockey. No, but if they're betting on other sports, I understand it's against their policy, but this seems we'll see what comes out of this.
I don't have many thoughts about this except that what a fucking dumbass. I mean, he stands to gain millions of dollars, and instead he's placing what $20-$30 parlay bets in there on Bet99 or wherever the fuck he uses.
Has it been confirmed that it was a parlay?
Is he Pharaoh? Does he have the system?
Maybe he is. We don't know.
Pharaoh.
Maybe he's Archer. They're probably the same age. He's probably Archer. We just don't even know. That's why he loves the Sens.
How would this affect his contract negotiations? Like, surely this gives the Sens leverage now, right? Like, they could have this advantage. Like, they can offer him even less money if they can afford even $1 million at this point. But I don't have many thoughts. I don't think players should gamble at all. Just take the money that you get paid for playing a sport you love and leave it alone. You can gamble when you're done. The career doesn't last that long. I mean, most guys don't last 10 years. So yeah, it makes no sense to me. Just be patient, take the money, play the game, bet later when you're old and as miserable as I am.
See, I'm on the opposite kind of stance here, man. All right. And I know, like, I guess I didn't know that the NHL rules were that you can't gamble on anything at all. Like, I know, like, the NFL, you can gamble on other sports as long as you're not in the facility or something. In the NHL, I guess it's just a fucking zero tolerance rule. I think it's bullshit. I think players should be allowed to gamble, and I think players should be allowed to gamble on hockey, to be honest with you. I know there's the inside information thing, but what I think the caveat for that should be is that if you're a professional athlete and you're gambling, you should have to fully disclose to the public everything you are betting. Every bet that you make has to be made available. Make it live to anybody that wants to look it up all the time. And if you want to fade your team, that's fine. But everybody, including your teammates, coaches, fans in the building, the other team knows that you're doing it. You know, like that puts an end to all of this. It's like, yeah, you want to gamble? Well, guess what? We know exactly what you're betting, and everybody does. All right. So, and then you can call them a shitty better, or we can call them losers for making parlays. Like, I think full disclosure should be what kind of changes the bar here a little bit. So open it up to everyone, and I want to know what Shane Pinto is fucking picking. You know, like you're telling me Phil Kessel wouldn't be coming up with some crazy ass golf bets back in the day. I want to know who's Phil's riding with, right? So that's my opinion on the whole gambling in sports, but I think it's bullshit.
Phil is definitely a Mickelson guy, not just for the name, but
100%.
Right?
What I
don't
is
know.
like Evander Kane back in 2020, like put gambling losses like on his taxes, and like that was like publicly reported. Like, why wasn't he suspended? Like, is this something recent? Like, I'm waiting to see like what the other shoe to drop with this. This can't just be it. I don't think.
And it just comes back to more bullshit where it's like, hey, the owners can make all this fucking money from gambling companies, but now you're seeing, you know, the players can't even do commercials for them in Ontario anymore, get endorsements. They can't even gamble at all for Christ. So, you know, don't even get me. I don't want to go into a big old tangent here, but, you know, it's just a little bit hypocritical, I guess, if you're asking me, man. But I don't know.
Friedman did report that it's believed that one reason Pinto has not asked for a trade is that he appreciates the organization's secrecy about the investigation. So I don't know how long this has been going on, but yeah, definite leverage.
And let's keep in mind too, like Pinto's this is a guy you want on your team. Like it's not like this is some like fourth line, third line fucking scrub here. Like your team is better with Shane Pinto in the lineup than without, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. That's pretty
Ridley
much.
Greig though has been stepping up pretty good. Like he's been lighting the lamp a little bit and stepping up into that more forward role. So Sens are making do though. They've had a few bad results lately, but they'll turn it around with or without the degenerate Pinto.
Yeah. Will they though, or will they just be overrated and just overhyped and just another shit team that
we'll see. We'll see. Long season.
Will the Sabres end up just being an underdog fantasy? We're brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy has a way to play alongside your favorite football team all season long. Underdog has just introduced Scorchers. Go 5 for 5 and pick them Scorchers and enjoy a spicy 100 times payout. And for a limited time, Underdog is extending the first deposit bonus up to $500. $100,000 Sundays continues on Underdog Fantasy. 10 lucky players will win $10,000 each. So watch along, make your picks, and maybe make a little cash over on Underdog's mobile app or website, underdogfantasy.com. And when you sign up with the promo code SGPN, Underdog will double your first deposit of up to $500. That's Underdog Fantasy. Promo code SGPN. And NBA is back. And to celebrate, we're giving away an NBA Gambling Podcast hoodie. Head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/NBA Dog to submit a screenshot of you playing NBA Underdog using our promo code SGPN. And one random winner will get an NBA Gambling Podcast hoodie. Just go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/NBA DOG.
All right. Now, before we do get going here, I think it's worth clarifying. We actually had a dress code for today's show. It was if your team won tonight, you have to wear their jersey. And if your team did not win tonight, I mean, you just don't. So as you can clearly see, myself and Ryan, both of our teams are absolute fucking wagons. You know, we're uniformed up. We're looking good. Who's on the back of your jersey, Ryan? Who do we got? Who we rocking?
It's Ilya Bryzgalov, 2012 Winter Classic.
That is a beauty jersey. I love that. That's unbelievable.
It's a great jersey. I love it.
Hell yeah. The Winter Classic looks pretty cool too.
He's
What
fan,
do you?
He's fan.
Oh, that's the lamest thing. Yeah, I can't believe Joe Pitkin. That's who you got. Fucking East Van over here, just pig farm murderer or some shit like that.
Yeah, I can't believe the Avs screwed our HTP parlay of the Leafs Flyers Avs. Would have been good.
I know. That's exactly it. That's the only parlay we condone is Leafs Flyers Avs, and he could have rocked it last night or today, but we didn't. So, all right, let's get rocking and rolling here, boys. We got 6 games set up for October 27th. Are we ready to rock this Casbah or what?
Oh yeah.
All right, first game on the docket here. We got the Chicago Blackhawks against the Vegas Golden Knights. Game itself is in Vegas. Vegas is currently the only undefeated team in the NHL. I believe their record is 7-0. Chicago Blackhawks is very much not undefeated. Anyway, Chicago on the money line sitting at plus 260. Vegas on the money line at minus 325. Vegas Knights on the puck line at minus 1.5 is paying off minus 120. The over-under is at 6, over paying off minus 108. The under minus 112 here. Yo, I got a guy at work that literally, like, honestly, every Chicago game that they've had this year, he's been like, yo, you want to put some money down against me? And he wants the Blackhawks, like, just like $10. I'm like, all right, what do you want? So we'll do like a regulation bet or like a puck line or something. And he loses every fucking time. And he already texted me tonight. He's like, yo, we doing Vegas, like puck line? And I'm like, oh, sure, bro. Of course we are. And I was looking for, we'll get to this a little bit later. I was looking for a lock, no giveaway for this show. And you know what? I'm already on it. Give me the fucking Golden Knights -1.5 on the puck line at -120. I don't think I've taken a puck line for any of my picks yet this year. So we'll be rocking and rolling with that. And as far as my over-under goes for this game, I don't know. 6, I don't love. I don't love the number 6, but I'm kind of feeling the over a little bit at -108. Hopefully Bedard can kind of get rocking and rolling on the road a little bit. I know he scored 1 goal at home, which was nice to see, but and then the Vegas Golden Knights, I just think they're going to absolutely unload on whoever's in net, if it's Mrazek or whatever other fucking no-name they got in net there for Chicago. So, yeah, give me the Knights on the puck line. Give me the over 6.
Yeah, I agree with you there on the Golden Knights on the puck line. It's just a matter of how do you bet them here against the Blackhawks. I think the puck line is pretty safe there at -120, but I do like the under 6 at what's that, -112 there. The Golden Knights do play Saturday in Los Angeles, so I feel like if they get up, 3-0, 3-1, something like that, they'll just roll 4 lines, take it easy and grind to a win like they've done against Anaheim, against the Sharks, and against Seattle earlier this season. 4-1 wins there. So I like the under 6 there. And I feel like Chicago is going through the gauntlet right now. So Connor Bedard is, not putting up the numbers we expect him to, but, expect that to come in the coming weeks here. But for this game, Vegas puck line and the under 6.
For myself, I'm going to be a little bit contrarian here, but I'm leaning the Blackhawks way. I mean, the number +260 is not a great number. You can find better elsewhere, but that's the way I'd have to look. The game in Chicago they played last week, I believe, or earlier this week. It was a couple of games ago, and regardless, it was a pretty even game. Equal amount of shots for both teams, and the Blackhawks were pretty into it. And it's just a matter of the Knights have a couple more goal scorers, but when you're getting +260 or better, I think that's worth backing the dog here. Blackhawks have lost a few games in a row. I think they can bounce back here. You mentioned Vegas going to LA the next night, so surely they're not exactly 100% dialed in for this one. Meanwhile, the Blackhawks will be looking to respond, looking to bounce back. But I think the best play is more the under side of it, which is why I want to combine the two with the Golden Knights team total under 3.5. I know they've scored 4+ goals in all but one game so far, but a lot of that is kind of bullshit. They're the luckiest team, man, in terms of their third period scoring. Like they're like tied or down in the third period every freaking game. They just score 2 in the third period. I don't think that continues. So yeah, I think we're going to take a shot here with the Golden Knights team total under 3.5 at +115.
All right. Sorry, moving down to the 7 p.m. time slot here. We got the Buffalo Sabres against the New Jersey Devils. Game itself is in New Jersey. Buffalo on the money line sitting at +160. New Jersey on the money line at -192. If anyone is interested, New Jersey on the puck line at -1.5 is sitting at +130. The over-under for this game is at 7. Both over-under paying off -110. Mr. Gilbert, I'm going to toss this one your way here. What are we thinking?
Yeah, I'm thinking, seeing it over 7 at -110 is pretty. I think that's the first we've seen this season, but it might warrant it between these two teams. Devils have just been scoring pretty much at will. They've gone over in all 6 of their games so far. They did have that loss against Washington on Wednesday night on the back-to-back. So you could say this is a spot where they bounce back, but I feel like they're just too big of a favorites here. -192 against the Sabres at +160. Sabres, they earned some respect there with the back-to-back win in Ottawa there. And now, having a few days off, going down to New Jersey. It's the Devils' third game in 4 nights. Buffalo had a little bit more rest there. So I like the Buffalo price here at +160. And I still like the over 7 if you're going to play a total. Over 7 -110. I think, both of these teams can score. But my possible bet would be the Sabres here.
For myself, I guess it's Joel's turn. My bad. Sorry, Joel.
Oh, good, man.
I'm distracted by my cat. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the line is a little high here for the Devils. Sabres have been playing better lately. They're finally putting the puck in the net. saw them dominate the Sens, especially in the first 2 periods in that one. Meanwhile, the Devils, they've been very, mediocre through the first a couple weeks here, but they've just been carried by Jack Hughes. Another 3 assists against the Capitals in that heroic effort to come back from 3 goals down, but then they just gave up 3 more goals, I think, in the third period to lose that 1-6-4. So, yeah, it's hard to trust the Devils right now at this big of a number, so I guess I lean to the Sabres, but the 7 is kind of high in terms of the total, so maybe the under 7 would be the way I look. I know that these teams are typically traditionally over teams, but when you get a 7 here, and the Sabres have had trouble scoring, and the Devils been up and down, and the goaltending's been shit. So I don't know. It's I lean to the under, but I'm not touching that really. But for the side, I guess I lean Sabres at plus 160 here. My line is only minus 169. Very nice. So I guess I got to go with the Buffalo Sabres in this spot.
Yeah, I'm right there with it. Before I get into it, Jack Hughes. So, at what point do we say solidify top 5 player in the league? Are we there yet, or do we need to wait maybe half a season, or wait till next year? Because I think he's arguably going to get there ASAP. No,
I think he's what, second best hard odds now. I think.
Yeah.
Yep. Soon to be the favorite, God willing.
Yeah, he's. I think he's there.
I think so too. It's hard to now.
He's only 21.
I know, that's absolutely insane. You watch this kid play; he's fucking all over the ice. It's incredible. All right, for myself there, even though we just pumped his tires, I'm going with the Sabres in this game. I actually like it, plus 160. I know it's too early to kind of take these particular stats into consideration, but the Devils are better so far they've been better on the road than at home. I mean, you can't really use that. They're 2-0 on the road. They're 1-2-1 at home, but I'm going with it anyways. But I give you the Sabres here. The Sabres have been good to me so far this year. And like Jolie touched on too, there's been some questions out of the Devils camp, more so from a goal 20-point perspective. Vanacek and Akira Schmid haven't really been playing too great to start this season off. And, maybe this is debatable, but neither one of them really have a track record of being always awesome. They both had great years last year, so maybe they're going to be struggling a little bit. So I'm going to lean towards the Sabres at plus 160. Now, as far as over-under goes, even though I just contradicted myself again by saying this, I'm kind of with Jolie. I kind of lean the under, man. Something's got to come together for this team goalie or goaltending wise when it comes to the Devils. So hopefully the under hits a minus 110. I don't really love it, but if you're going to give me a 7, chances are I'm going to take the under. Sabres and the under. Okay, moving to the 7 p.m. time slot again. We got the San Jose Sharks against the Carolina Hurricanes. Game itself is in Carolina here. Sharks, the fucking Joel Myers' favorite San Jose Sharks here on the money liner, plus 285. Carolina on the money line, minus 160. Canes on the puck line at minus 1.5 is paying off minus 130. The over-under is at 6.5, over paying off minus 105. The under minus 115 here. I can't bet the Sharks, bro. I can never bet the Sharks. From what I've seen, they've been absolutely horrendous here. They just lost 6-0 to Tampa, for Christ's sakes. So they suck. So the biggest thing for me in this game is the under at 6.5. I've pretty much bet the past 4 unders in Sharks games. I'm pretty sure most of them have came through because this team literally just can't score goals. And then as far as Carolina goes, they actually have been scoring a bit this year, but it doesn't matter. Are they going to get 7 on their own? Maybe. Tampa almost did, but I'm going to bet against it. So my biggest play on this is the under 6.5 minus 115. And then, I don't know, I don't want to take too many puck lines, so I probably won't be touching it. But if I had to make a play, I'd be, Carolina team total or the puck line at minus 130.
Yeah, that's the best play there. Under 6.5 minus 115. I'm going to keep pounding the San Jose Sharks team total under 2.5. It's up to minus 160 this game. So, under 6.5 at minus 115 might just be the better play. But I think, who knows? Hurricanes could go off. I mean, also, Jonas Johansson, back-to-back shutouts. He's a guy.
Yeah, apparently.
I prepared a statement on the Sharks after, but apparently we're not doing the Lock Dog total recap here in this show because
we're gonna do it at the end.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'll save it for the end then. But for this game, I've learned my lesson. The Sharks are just historically bad. I think that they might be one of the worst teams that the NHL has ever seen. They can't score. They can't score. They scored 1 goal in every freaking game. They couldn't even score today against Johansson, who I don't believe is a good goalie. They scored a few against the Hurricanes when they were totally dog shit defensively and goaltending wise. But yeah, they're just the worst, man. Like if you look at the roster, it makes total sense because there's nobody on the team, especially offensively. They that's why they can't score because they have nobody who scores. Even Philip Zadina is like he's like their best forward, and he was fucking released by the Red Wings football teams. So yeah, the Sharks are just so bad. I'm putting I don't like this put this team on the no bet list because at the end of the day, we bet numbers, not teams. But maybe Sharks are an exception. They are so fucking bad. We'll put them in the blockhouse, in the outhouse. So fuck, man. But that said, it's still too high of a number to back the Canes here this early in the season on a back to back. It's going to be weird. Both teams playing Thursday night, coming into Friday night. It could get weird. So. Fuck, I'm talking myself into the Sharks again. No, don't do it, Joel. Don't do it.
Do it. Do it. Come on. I'll cover half your bet, whatever it is.
Oh man, I really want to, but I gotta be faithful to the listeners, and I gotta have integrity. That's the word. So give me the under 6.5. I think the Hurricanes found something a little bit defensively today against the Kraken. They shut them down for the most part. So. And the Sharks can't score, like I said. So maybe the Sharks team total, again, that's been the cash cow through the first 6-7 games. But altogether, I think the Hurricanes, they go back to their old ways and just shut down the Sharks, cruise to a 4-1 win, something like that. So the under 6.5 would be my only play in this one. But by all means, -1.5, -2.5, -3.5, go for it. Would ladder up the Hurricanes puck line.
Love it. All right, moving down to the 7 p.m. time slot again here. We got never mind. Sorry, do your ads. My bad.
I was going to say, the Sharks team may end up in the Hall of Shame, but we are sponsored by Hall of Fame Bets. Win bigger by betting smarter this NFL season with Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting analytics platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Research every NFL, NBA, MLB, and soccer bet with historical stats and data. Enter any parlay idea into Hall of Fame Bet's revolutionary parlay optimizer tool to get hit rates broken down by leg, as well as an expected probability for the entire parlay. Sort all players by hit rate for any bet to learn which players are hot and which picks have value. Stop betting in the dark and join over 30,000 users researching with Hall of Fame Bets to craft more intelligent, data-driven parlays. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit hofbets.com and use code SGPN to get 50% off your first month today. Start researching, start winning with Hall of Fame Bets. And I just want to give a special shout out to Mrs. M in the chat there. So good to see you there.
Hell yeah.
You bang her yet? You love your moms.
That's unbelievable. All right, moving on. I thought he was going to have a retort there, but no, just nothing. All right, moving on to the 7 p.m. time slot. We got the Minnesota Wild against the Washington Capitals here. Game itself is in Washington. Minnesota, the money line sitting at -105. Washington, the money line at -115. The over-under is at 6. Over paying off -120. The under +100. Jolie, I know how much you love Minnesota here, so I'm going to throw this game over to you.
Yeah, I don't love Minnesota, but I kind of like them in this game. Even on a back-to-back, they played Gus tonight, so they'll play the other guy. Who's the other guy? Is it Fleury still?
Fleury, yeah.
All right, Fleury's still hanging around. He's going to break Patrick Waugh's game record at some point, I guess, or the win record, I guess it is. But yeah, this game I think will be one step towards that. He's still a decent goalie at his age. And the Wild are the much better team, so I don't understand why they're the dogs here. Let's look. I've got the Wild at -150, so even counting for the back-to-back and the backup goalie, who is not that big of a downgrade from Gustafsson, yeah, absolutely give me the Wild here. Just much better team up and down. The Capitals, they finally got some goal scoring. Ovi finally showed up. They got like 10 shots against the was it the Devils for the other game? But either way, he's on a 2-game goal streak. He's getting going, but still, Wild are just the better team, top to bottom, much better defensively. And with I think they got the goaltending edge, even with Kemper starting in this one, presumably, although the Capitals do not play on Saturday. So yeah, it should be Kemper. But yeah, the Wild are just much better team. Love them here at -105. They should not be a dog in this game, even on a back-to-back. Yeah, even like it. Maybe the line moves against them because it's on the back-to-back, but I don't see why. Because yeah, they're not that bad of a team. I know that Ryan was there; he saw them play tonight, but I think that they have a nice rebound here. If they didn't play too well tonight, they'll go back into Washington and play better tomorrow. So give me the Wild here, -105. That's a very cheap price for the much better team.
Yeah, I mean, the Flyers dominated the first period tonight. Second period, Wild were better a little bit. Flyers still up 3-0 going into the third. Wild scored 2 early in the third, though. I was scared there for a bit. The Flyers were just going to, turtle up and then give it up, but yeah, they scored 3 more. So the Wild can put stretches like that together, and against a team like the Capitals instead of the Flyers with Kemper versus Hart versus a team coached by a young guy versus Tortorella. Like, I love the Wild here at a -105. Before the Capitals beat the Devils, and like I might still consider it, but if the Sharks didn't exist, I would consider the Capitals for worst record. Like I feel like they're that bad if they bottom out. But they have Ovechkin, they have Carlson, they have these guys who are going to put up some points. Maybe look for another Ovechkin goal, maybe an Ovechkin power play point. The Minnesota Wild penalty kill has allowed a goal in 3 straight games, including 2 tonight. So yeah, but I like the Wild here, -105. They're just a much better team. They're a potential playoff team, and the Capitals are just floating along.
I do have the Capitals at worst record at 41 plus 4,113 at a certain book that gives me those weird numbers. But I think that they still have too much talent, too many veterans to let them tank completely. But it's just a nice long shot to have in the pocket. But yeah, the Metro is a pretty shit division, but that's why we like the Flyers, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
Dude, sorry, I'm a little distracted. I'm watching the post game for the Oilers game right now, and they got like a rink girl on the ice behind the guy doing an interview, and she's got an unreal dumper on her, and I'm drawing in. I'm sorry. Okay, what are we getting here? Minnesota, Washington. Give me them. Like, I was so torn on I was honestly thinking, I'm like, do you know what? I kind of got to go with like Washington in this game, and then I realized that's like antithetical of everything I've seen from this fucking team this year. They've looked absolutely horrible, like you guys were talking about. So yeah, give me Minnesota. Give me the Wild on the money line. Let's get Wild in this at -105. I hate this play, but I mean, like, come on. You guys touched on the Caps have looked absolutely horrendous. Maybe Ovi's getting it dialed in a little bit now, finally, which is nice to see. Bit of a slow start here, but that's about all this team has going for them. Even Connor McMichael is even playing. I think I saw him.
Yeah, he's playing.
Yeah, he just looked okay, I guess. I mean,
they have like this weird, like they have a few young guys like McMichael and Miroshnichenko and
there's another young
kid, a bunch of old guys.
Yeah,
it's Sandin, of course, your boy.
Yeah. Yep. But still, it's not enough to make me want to bet them ever. So give me Minnesota. As far as over-under goes, like, yeah, I'm kind of leaning over, man. Like, I don't know, it's 6, right? And if there's anything I love more than a 7, it's a good old-fashioned 6. So let's go. I'll give you the 6 at -120. I think there is still some firepower here. Kaprizov can do a couple. That Nick Boldy's an absolute stud over there in Minnesota as well. So, yeah, they got some guys, man. Okay, moving down to the 10 p.m. time slot here. We got the Los Angeles Kings against the Arizona Coyotes. Game itself here is in Arizona. LA on the money line sit at -142. Arizona on the money line at +120. The over-under is at 6.5. Both over-under paying off -110. Raga, I'm going to toss this one your way here. What are our thoughts between the Kings and the Desert Dogs?
I'll keep it short and sweet here. When the Desert Dogs are dogs in the desert, you got to bet the Desert Dogs here. So give me the Coyotes here as home underdogs, +120 there at the raucous Mullet Arena there, because it can't be anything but loud because it's so small there. The Kings have underperformed this season so far. They've been playing better recently. Won 3 of the past 4 games, only lost against the Bruins. So it kind of goes against taking Desert Dogs, but it's our motto. The Coyotes here are a good young team looking for a revenge game after losing 6-3 in LA last time out. So it's hard to beat a team back-to-back. I think the Coyotes come out here at home and get it done.
Right. The number doesn't make too much sense to me because the Coyotes were like +160, +165 on the road in LA, and now all of a sudden they're only +120 here at home. I don't know if home ice means that much, but it does, because it's Mordor. It's the Mount Doom. It's the Shadow Realm.
Are we going that far?
We're going that far, baby. The Coyotes are so much better, at home because the Shadows, man, the Shadows fuck up other teams. They don't know how to adjust. The goalies don't see the puck coming because they don't know about the Shadows, and that's why the Coyotes are lined correctly here, plus 120. Maybe not correctly. They should be favorites even if you account for all the lighting and the whatnot. Whatever's going on in the ice and behind the scenes there at Mullet Arena. There's a bunch of hotties there. Arizona State girls, primo, so I've heard. So yeah, give me the Coyotes here, plus 120. I quite like it. I don't love the number, but we're fucking the numbers tonight, boys. We're going with the Desert Dogs. Let's go. Fuck the Kings.
Hell
we'll
yeah.
turn them into queens at the end of the day.
Did I ever tell I feel like I did. Did I ever tell my story about the Shadows on the show? I don't know.
I don't think so.
All right. Well, I'll keep it really quick. We used to go to Amnesia Rock Fest in Quebec. It was like a 3-day long music festival. They had a bunch of punk bands, a bunch of metal bands, like ska bands, rock. It was good shit. Anyways, you would camp out in like a big farmer's field, and they just had rows of tents and shit set up, and there'd be like an aisleway in between the tents, so you could just walk up and down. And everybody was on drugs. Like people would be walking up, and they'd be like, "Yo, I got fucking MDMA, I got mushrooms, I got blow. Like, what do you want?" kind of thing. So everyone was all fucked up. And we got back from the shows. We were just perching out one night, boozing, smoking some bowls, doing some whatever shit. I think we're on some mushies or whatever. But anyways, this random guy comes walking, and he's got like a sleeping bag, and we see him coming. He's just walking up the aisle. It's like 4 a.m, and he's just got a sleeping bag up over his head, and he's looking left and he's looking right. And he looks terrified, right? Like, what the fuck's going on? Buddy's having a rough go here. So we flag him over, and he walks to us, and we're like, what's going on, man? It's a couple of us. And the guy just looks at us, and without a doubt, he's like, there's too many shadows, so I decided to become one of them. And we're like, I don't know if it's funny. I don't know if he's having like a bad acid trip or what the fuck was going on. But so we end up talking to him, right? And we're like, man, you know what? We just, before we went to the festival or whatever, me and my old roommate, we watched The Big Lebowski. And so we're like, yo, why don't you just be the dude? Like, be the dude of the Shadows, Just be the dude. And he's like, oh, I never thought about it like that. And he just like slowly puts his little sleeping bag down. He starts looking around. And then his whole demeanor just changed. And he's like, all right, cool. He's like, thanks, guys. Then he fucking takes off and we never see him again. But so, yeah, that's the dude of the Shadows, bro. I hope he's doing all right. That's Shadow right. Dude. Right? If he's listening, Shadow Dude, I hope you're doing all right out there, Anyways, for this game, yeah, we're going with the Shadows, boys. Give me the Coyotes at plus 120. Give me the Desert Dogs at Arizona State University. And then give me the over because actually, you know what? Fuck that. Give me the fucking under, yo. My boy Cam Talbot's in net for the Kings. And then we got Vaj Milk. We got a Vaj Milky Talbot game going on here. I'm taking the under all day long. Let's go.
Hopefully plays better than the last time they played. That's another thing too. Like the Coyotes were in that game, but he had a bad game. So I think if he responds well here, and then
hell yeah,
fucking let's go Arizona.
Are we all on the Yotes for that game? Yeah.
Consensus play.
There we go. We got a Dudes of the Shadow game. Okay, the entire Discord needs to be on for the Dudes of the Shadow game. Shout out that boy. All right, final game on the docket. We got the St. Louis Blues against the Vancouver Canucks. Game itself is in Vancouver here. St. Louis on the second night of a back-to-back. I think they just had a big win against the Flames tonight. St. Louis on the money line at plus 150. Vancouver on the money line at minus 180. The over-unders at 6.5. Over sitting at minus 115. The under minus 105. Jolie, why don't you finish us off here on this one?
Yeah, Canucks just getting back after a longish road trip, but a successful one. It didn't start the right way, losing to the Flyers and then the Lightning, but they were competitive, especially against the Lightning. And then they beat the brakes off the Panthers and handled the Preds pretty easily. Now coming back home, a couple days off, good chance to rest up. And they're welcoming in a team that's not going to be rested because they were just in a war against the Flames. Fuck the Flames, man. That was a brutal loss. I don't know why the fuck I keep backing this stupid-ass team. But anyway, they played Joel Hofer, who played great today for the Blues. So they'll be back to Bennington in Vancouver. So, yeah, just a back-to-back spot. Blues just coming off a win. I don't think this team is very good. And the Canucks are good, I think. They're a good team. And, yeah, undefeated at home so far. 1-0, I think. So, yeah, let's go Canucks here. Give me the money line, regulation, whatever you like. Even the team total over 3.5. Binnington's going to fall apart under the heated pressure of those Vancouver fans, spitting at him, cursing at him, and he's gonna
throwing opiates at him.
Oh yeah, that's right, East Fan, baby. Yeah. So Canucks all the way for the total. No idea. I mean, the Canucks are a weird team because metrically they haven't been good defensively. I still think that'll improve over the course of the year. They were much better against the Preds, but that's just the one game sample size. Hopefully that it improves today. But the Blues don't have too much going forward, not too much offense. So I guess I lean under, but I haven't bet the total at all. So just the Canucks side for me.
Yeah, give me the Canucks here back at home after two big road wins there in Florida and Nashville. 5-3-3-2 there. I like the Canucks here even on the puck line. Plus 136 it's at here. St. Louis on a back-to-back. You know, they're going to be fat and happy after their win in Calgary there. They're 0-5 in their last 5 games playing on no days rest. Canucks have been playing a lot better recently. You know, Rick Tocchet got his guys and he's getting the best out of them. So, give the Canucks here on the puck line plus 136. And the total, I'd probably lean to the under here. I think, you know, if it's been Demko, that they're two good enough goalies to keep it under 6.5. But probably just the puck line going to be a bet for me.
All right, for myself here, I'm going with the Blues, man. You know, this team, are they going to be a playoff team? No. Probably not. I think it's safe to say that they're probably not going to be, but that doesn't mean that they can't go off to a hot start. And I think that's exactly what we're seeing in the mix right now here. So I'll take St. Louis, man. Like Vancouver, like Joel said, they're scoring goals, but I just don't know what to make of this team yet, man. I haven't watched enough about them, and I have caught 1 or 2 St. Louis games here. So I'm going to be taking the Blues plus 150. The play that I like even more, I know you guys might have been a little undecided here. I really like the under in this game. St. Louis has played 6 games. They haven't had a game with more than 6 goals at all this year. Vancouver's kind of on the opposite end. I think they've had games over 6, and 5 out of the 6 games they have played. But to what Ryan said to his point with as far as goaltending in this game, both of these goalies have been killer, absolutely lights out to start the year. Binnington with the goals against average of 1.69 and a save percentage of 0.945, and then Thatcher Demko with the goals against average of 2.42 and a save percentage of 0.923. Obviously, we just saw Joel Holfer get a fucking shutout here for St. Louis. So the boys are playing well, man. And that means that we will see Binnington tomorrow. So I'll take a flyer on that, but I absolutely love the under 6.5 in this play. Okay, consensus plays. What do we got going on here?
We got the Sabres plus 160 there. Thorough like that one. I got Sharks, Hurricanes under 6.5, minus 115. We have the Wild. We're all loving the Wild here, minus 105. And then the Coyotes as home underdogs at plus 120.
Love it.
All right. I like those. Those are fucking great. Okay, so we were going to move into our lock dog totals from last show. Normally we do this at the start of the game, but I had the Rangers in one of my picks here, and that game was still on while we were recording. It is now ended, so we're going to run through it. Your boy went 3-0, back-to-back 3-0 shows, up fucking 3.8 units. Jolie went 1-2, down 0.133 units, did hit his lock, and Ryan went 1-2, down 2.29 units for this current show. For myself, I'll kick us off here, dude. I had the New York Islanders money line against Ottawa Senators minus 125. This was just a pure gut play. This was a pure hatred play. This is the definition of betting with your hearts. Fuck the Sens. Sens made it a game, though. I think New York was up 2-0. Ottawa came back to make it 2-2, and then the Islanders scored in the third period and shut down the fort. Sorokin looked pretty damn good himself, so that was absolutely massive. For my dog, I had the New York Rangers in regulation against the Edmonton Oilers plus 125. That's the game we were waiting on. Who else? The 37-year-old Jonathan Quick putting up a 30-save shutout to get it done. The Edmonton Oilers are in absolute shambles this year, especially without McDavid. I think Jolie touched on it in the Discord. They look like fucking shit. And then for the total, San Jose versus Tampa Bay under 6.5 minus 105. I got lucky here, dude. I think it was 5-0 going in.
Not a single Shark goal.
It was 5-0 Tampa going into the third period. They got one like 5 minutes into the third. I'm like, shit, I was holding on for dear life. I'm like my bottom button when I'm wearing a suit jacket with my big barrel busting through. That bottom button is holding on for dear life. But they were able to get it going under 6.5 minus 105.
Yeah, for me, I had the Avs minus 142 at Pittsburgh for my lock. They lost 4-0. Looking at the numbers, look at a relatively even game, but Penguins win in weird spots. As discussed before the show, my dog, the Kraken, plus 164 at the Hurricanes. That was a consensus play. I believe the Kraken were up 2-0 early in the game. There, Hurricanes came back, tied it eventually. It looks like late in the third period, and then won in overtime. So that was a loss, but my total here. San Jose Sharks team total under 2.5 -140. They could not score, so that hit for me. Only -140. I'm just really kicking myself for not taking the Flyers as my locker dog.
Tough titties.
Tough titties, indeed. For my lock, the Canadiens, they were behind for most of the game. They were down 3-1 at one point, but they came back, tied at 3-3, and won it in overtime. Cole Caulfield with a sick goal to finish it off there. So thanks to him, it was a pretty even game throughout. I think Blue Jackets might have edged it overall, but I got a little lucky in that one. Probably not the best bet. This was definitely not the best bet. Sharks plus 240. I don't know. Like, what I was gonna say is when there's a Champions League game on and we're recording the same day, I'm going to the bar. I'm going to be drinking. I'm going to make some dumb fucking bets. And this one was the worst, hopefully the worst bet of the whole season. The Sharks are so fucking bad. Plus 240 is not a Sharks number. They should be plus 340 at least. This team is awful. I mean, the Lightning barely even played, and they still skated away with a 6-0 win. This team is brutal. Definitely downgrading them. I don't want to speak their name for a little bit. The Tampa Bay, the Gulf of Mexico is a shark-free zone. Anyway, bad bet. That one is over quick too. So at least I was mercy killed early.
Yes.
My total, I had the Ducks Bruins under 6 -112. It was looking good because it was 3-1 with like 4 minutes left. The Ducks had a power play. They scored on the power play. It was 3-2. I was like, okay, the Bruins can hold out. Maybe get an empty net goal for the push. No, 14 seconds left. Leo Carlson ties it up 3-3. Gets me the fucking loss and gets the game to 7. But two good things. Well, 1.5 good things. First good thing is that I had the Ducks. I was big on the Ducks. That was supposed to be my dog. I should have fucking did the Ducks as my dog. That was a nice win. But Leo Carlson, though, like if this guy was playing every game, I'd be super hyped about him for Calder because he looks amazing. But he's only played fucking 2 games. He's got 2 goals and an assist. Like,
do we know why? Like, what's up with that? Did they say anything?
They're doing this load management thing. Like, they're breaking him slowly into the NHL. Like, he's this delicate virgin that needs to be penetrated slowly, and so he doesn't break.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that. In any case, he should be playing every game, man. Come on, you've been playing in the SHL for a couple of years. Let's go. You're in the NHL now. You look like one of the best players on the team already. So yeah, let's get this guy playing, man. Fuck this load management bullshit, NBA shit. Anyway, total that didn't work out, but I think that was a good bet. I would bet that again. So that was probably the only good bet I made, and it was the Canadiens was the only one that won.
You got shafted on that bet, to be honest with you, and I was on the Bruins too. So I had them on puck line and shit, and then they gave up 2 goals with 2 minutes left. So yeah, that's a kick in the pills. All right, we're gonna move down to our lock dogs and totals for this show. Current standings. Your boy. Oh fuck! 1 second. I gotta get this little fucker.
I just want to point out this was our first positive show this season so far. Thanks to Talon going.
Talon's killing it this year.
Talon's going off, and both of us are just absolutely struggling here. Talon is just carrying the show in terms
major
of
regression year so far.
I'm sorry, I had to go get the cat. What's up?
We're praising you for carrying the show.
Aww.
Yeah, this was our first positive show as a locked out total. So all thanks to you.
Fuck yeah! Well, we're gonna get there. Collectively, we're doing good. We're gonna be doing good. I'm 8-4, up 3.79 units. Who got next? Jolie's in second, 3-9, down 7.64 units. And Ryan's 3-9, down 7.91 units. I'm fucking out of breath. All I did was stand up. Holy shit!
Stop smoking that dope, bro.
I'm not. I don't even, dude. I haven't smoked in like 4 years. I'm just fat. Like, oh my god, again, this cocksucker. 1 sec. Buddy, fuck this.
All right, I'll go over our standings here so far. I mean, we went over the standings, right? He went over the standings.
Yeah, he did.
I'll go through my lock dog total then. My lock, I'm going Sharks team total under 2.5 -160. I was not going to take a -160 total here. I don't think they're going to be able to score 2 goals. Under 1.5 is +170 at DraftKings, so you can take a look at that as well. I'm just going through my lock dog total here, Talon. My dog is the Buffalo Sabres +160 at the New Jersey Devils. I think that's a bit too high for them. I think they're a team that can surprise teams in spots. So Devils, coming off a loss to the Capitals, maybe see a downturn there. Then my total is the Blackhawks Golden Knights under 6 minus 112. I think the Golden Knights get like an early lead and just coast to a nice 3-1, 4-1 victory. So I think the under 6 there.
I'll go next. Give me the Canucks in regulation. I already explained my logic. Just go rewind or don't just listen to this segment. You'll be better off not listening to this segment anyway, the way that this has gone so far. But Canucks regulation, just the much better team. Blues in the back-to-back, blah, blah, blah. Dog, we're going Shadows. Put the hood up.
Yeah,
Shadow dude.
right we are.
Shadow dude. Coyotes plus 120. Gonna beat the shit out of the Kings. Turn them into Queens. Nice one there. And my total, kind of like the same vein as Ryan's total with the Gold Knights, though. Team total under 3.5 plus 115. I don't think that they should be scoring this many goals. And the Blackhawks are shit, but I think that they're worse on the offensive side of the puck. So maybe it's like a 3-2 kind of game. For either side, that's fine with me. Hopefully, as long as Bedard doesn't score, I'm good. But definitely the Gold Knights under 3.5 goals.
All right, for myself here, I'm taking the Vegas Golden Knights minus 1.5, minus 120 versus Chicago here. I think they go in and just absolutely beat the piss out of Chicago. So I'm hoping that is the case. For my dog, St. Louis on the money line versus Vancouver plus 150. I actually kind of like this game, even though St. Louis on the second night of the back-to-back. Maybe they can catch lightning in a bottle here or something. And then for my total, San Jose, Carolina, under 6.5. I will keep on betting San Jose Sharks unders until they give me a reason not to here. So hell yeah, that is definitely my play. And that's about it.
All right, we're going war to war. I didn't know you had your dog as the Blues there.
Hell yeah! I guess I didn't even notice that. Yeah, that's all right. That's going on. That's what's happening. So fuck it. Okay, boys. Anything else you want to add here before we wrap up?
Nope.
No, sir. No, sir. All right, everybody, go check out the Sports Gambling Podcast Network website. That's the place to be. Tons of stuff going on in the world of sports. Obviously, we got hockey. We got fucking soccer, we got football, we got college football, we got MMA, tons of stuff. You can find all the information at the SGPN website. Be sure to check out the articles. Check out Ryan's fantasy hockey articles. They're absolutely killer, dude. So be sure to check them out. He does them weekly. And listen to the other shows, man. Everybody does such a fucking kick-ass job. It's the best time of the year. We've been saying it. There's so much good shit going on. So hell yeah, be sure to check all those out. And of course, man, shout out to all of our friends and pals in the Discord. It's been absolutely electric in there. Tonight it was popping off too. I haven't looked in there since we started recording, but I'm sure there's some shit going down as we speak. So if you're not in the Discord, you're not making money. You're also not having a good time. If you want to get in there, but you're not, you can reach out to myself or Ryan on Twitter, where we're sure to point you in the right direction. Or you can reach out to the HGP Twitter account, where our social media assistant producer, fuck. This goddamn cat's going to be the fucking death of me, man. Holy shit. Where our social media assistant producer will point you in the right direction and get you needing to know everything that you need to know. He's been an absolute killer. Or what you could do is, I don't fucking know. I'm trying to figure shit out right now. Jolie, what's something funny they can do to get a hold of you?
You can turn into photo and try to get into the land of shadows, because that's where I'll be with the Arizona Coyotes.
All right. I was going to say go to the flag store, and if you're just at the flag store, you can find them there, you know.
That too.
All right, everybody. Ryan, do we got to plug anything else here?
Just make sure you subscribe. Leave us a 5-star rating and review on Apple, so I have something to read here. Also subscribe on YouTube. We're going live there for every show. We'll be back live Friday night for a banger of a show for Saturday slate.
Yes, it will be. Tomorrow should be sweet. All right, everybody. My name is Talon Jenkins. You can find me at Twitter, Talon_Jenkins94. Go Leafs, go, baby.
I am Ryan Gilbert. You can follow me on Twitter at rgilbertsop.
I'm Joel Mine. You'll find me forsaking the fish species once and for all. We're back to the orcas. Mammals forever. Let's go. Canucks.
All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Peace.